This episode of Nerds Gone Rogue is brought to you by Killers. Written by C. Benjamin Doyle, Killers is available now on Amazon and Amazon Kindle. Get your copy today.
Welcome to Nerds Gone Rogue, episode number 96.
We're almost there. We're almost there.
1996 is the year the Bends came out by Radiohead. It's also the year that DJ Shadow's Introducing came out. A lot of good music came out in 1996. But I digress. I am your allergy-stricken host, and Keel, alongside me, is the most recent North Carolinian to visit Pennsylvania. Moose Cool, how are you, sir?
No way you could possibly know that.
I do now. I said it. It's on the internet. It's fact.
I didn't see any other North Carolina plates going up that way. So
And
when I was in town, I allowed North Carolina plates.
and of course, the man, the myth, the legend, the video in chief. The reason we're all here today. Corey Deering, how are you, sir?
Am I the reason we're all here today?
I mean, you're the reason.
I feel
feel
like I'm being
like-
held hostage, but yeah.
I feel like if I just left the show one day, you and Moose would just keep going and just talk about beer and Bloodborne, and then somewhere around episode 150 or 175, you would just change the name to Beer Souls or something.
Beerborn.
There we go.
Yeah. So
No,
also,
I just changed it
wanna-
to what I call Phillips Moose and I.
okay,
Yeah,
fair.
there's that.
The Brute.
Eminem.
No.
No, it would just be the Wu-Tang symbol upside down because it's Moose, Matt, and Matt.
I like it. I like. This is why we keep you, Corey. You're an idea man.
I know. I know. The ideas, they're flowing.
We call it
Speaking
the
of
Mo-
ideas,
we could call it the Moose Tang Clan.
speaking of ideas,
Uh-huh.
I want when not now when we're doing it live, but when it airs next week, Tuesday is the first episode 100 hype trailer
Uh-oh.
featuring Moose Clue.
Uh-oh. Get hyped, everybody.
There's
God,
going
we're
to be
so close.
there's going to be a lot of your welcomes.
You're
Awesome.
welcome. Oh, please
The
tell
top 10 Moose your welcomes.
me. So,
Different variations of you're welcome.
we'll see. Like number 3 is Corey going. You're welcome.
I was going to say number 1, Corey going, you're welcome with Moose being phone up against the camera.
okay.
That's what it's
All
going to
right.
be.
All right. Oh.
That's number 1.
Yeah, I agree with that. So Moose was recently in Pennsylvania for a wedding,
Yes, cousin's wedding.
and he came by the pad to hang out, and
I
I took him tired hands.
sat immediately to Matt's left on his nice couch.
Right here. He
Very
probably
nice.
farted on this very couch. I bet you.
No. I left it as clean as when I entered.
Oh, really? Oh, so that was bagel then.
Yeah.
He's just gone. It's the Castle Crashers guy.
My wife's bugging me because she's been drinking and now she has the.
Hi, Kelly.
Everyone says hi. She opened up the bark box and so she's like, "It's this. It's like this. It's this. And this."
You said I had to say hi, so I'm saying hi.
She said, I told her she has to say hi if she wants to drink some of the beer that I brought home. So.
Oh yeah, totally.
So see, she's saying hi in the back.
When are all of our significant others just going to take over the podcast and just do an all-female version of the show?
I don't know.
But the big twist is they have to act like us while being themselves doing the show.
My wife could do that. My wife could do that.
I don't think Reba would have any part of that.
I don't think so.
Or maybe she'd lean into it way too far. Like to the point where I'm going, man, now you're just being mean. And Deshaun Malone in the chat, president accounted for. How are you, sir?
Wow, we haven't heard from that guy in a while.
Missed you, man.
Well, he's been, he might have he might be doing things in his life.
I mean,
Nerds Gone Rogue is life.
For
That's
us.
True.
Better show up every day.
That's true. I was talking to Andy at the wedding, and he's like, he's been playing God of War. So that's all right, man. I said, I was like, I just didn't want to make sure you didn't drop off the earth. You ever in the chat?
No, you said,
married, so.
Boy.
I said, boy, you better be back.
Miss Andy too. But so Moose and I got together. We went to Tired Hands.
Mm-hmm.
He got to have some really good beer there, I think.
I loved it.
He and Kelly seemed to enjoy themselves.
Yes,
which was cool.
I was sad that I ate too much for breakfast and couldn't eat a delicious cheeseburger. Like back out a cheeseburger for lunch. I was like, you bastard. I was like, that thing is so good. Oh my God.
Their burgers are good.
But I didn't want to Gord myself.
I did. Well, see, I did that. That was a calculated move on my part. I'm like, maybe if I get a burger, he'll be like, all right, room just emptied up. We're going in for this. That is Moose shaking his head, going, Matt, I'm not you in that goddamn pile of Doritos.
Yeah, no. Oh my God, that was hilarious. But no, I was not that.
But so, and then he came back to see where I live now because he had seen my apartment previously.
Yep.
But now he's here, and then I got to introduce Reba to his wife, and they seemed to hit it off nicely.
Yes.
And then we all went to Funk.
Yes, which is delicious.
And this isn't something I said during the visit, but Moose and I got to try a beer for the first time together at Funk. Ooh. We got to try Double Citrus.
Oh yeah, the Double Citrus. Yeah.
Double Citrus was really good.
It's really good.
Like I don't want to have citrus anymore.
Yeah. It was funny. An old high school buddy of mine posted on my Instagram when I posted that Funk picture, which is a really cool picture of their logo when you're standing at the corner of their bar, and he was just like Double Citrus, and I was like, I was like, yes. I was like, that was the first beer I had. I was like, it was amazing. Yeah, I wish I could have took cans of that home, but I got the silent disco. So
yeah, I've wanted to get there for a Double Citrus release. I've missed it every time, and then every time it's been on tap, I've missed it every time until this weekend. We also had some Ecuadorian food out of a food truck there. Oh, it was so good.
That was really good.
Like no matter what comes out of a food truck, it's always fantastic. No, every time I've been to a food truck.
Now we'll have to say in my experience, it's always been
good.
I've
I've never had food that I would legitimately call like I wouldn't eat it, like I couldn't finish it. I don't think any of it's bad, but like this was some gourmet ass food truck. Like this wasn't just you're going into Center City, you're gonna get a hot dog for lunch or something, and they're just good ass hot dogs. No, this was like proper. This is proper Ecuadorian food. Like this guy knew what he was doing. Reba got something and she wanted like hot sauce for it, and he like comes to the table. He says, "No." He's like, "Do this, and this, and that'll blow your mind." Comes back a little bit later. He's like, "What'd you think?" She's like, "Really good, man." He's like, "I know what I'm talking about."
We were ordering for that food truck, and I'm like, there's a really good pizza joint like right there on the corner, and I'm like, I hope this food truck does not make me regret not just eating there, like waiting and eating there or something.
What's that pizza?
But it didn't. Like,
are you talking about the one that's on that main street or the one that's like right behind it?
The main street.
The one that like it's like literally right at the corner.
Yeah, like right at the corner. Yeah, across from the Turkey Hill. So
okay.
yeah, so I was like, man, I could go for some good Pennsylvania pizza. Like they've got some good pizza down here in North Carolina, but I'd rather like have pizza up there.
Mhm.
But I had to limit what I was eating because otherwise I would my way through my childhood. And so I was just like, I'm not gonna eat that. So I was like, I'll eat something light here and keep drinking some beer. And that's what I did. And the food was delicious. I had empanadas, which were delicious because they had like a cheese. It was like almost like it was like a like like the cheese crisps. Like if you put cheese on a wax paper in the oven and kind of cook them, like it had like that type of outer shell. I've never had empanadas like that before, and they were like fantastic. There was like meat, potato, some carrots, some peas in there, some really good spices and flavoring. I was like, man, I almost went up and ordered a second set, but I'm like, I can't be this fat.
Like after I finished my ground beef plate that I had, it was so good. I'm like, man, I want to walk up there and just order more food, even though there's no way I could eat it right now.
Right, because you're like, man, I'll just take it home. I'll just take it home.
Order it. Just to have it. So good. Wedding go well?
Yeah, wedding went really well. We were at Allentown Brew Works, Fegley's Allentown Brew Works, and then it was open bar, and then they had a like all you can eat prime rib carving station. So and they had some some buffet stuff. They had like chicken option. They had roast beef option, and then they did like pasta, potatoes, and it's like a salad. And so I ended up drinking the lager. I like their lager. And
their lager's not bad.
So like downstairs they had a pale ale, and then upstairs they had an IPA because we moved from like the downstairs area for hors d'oeuvres, and then we went upstairs for like the food. And I tried I did a lager, a wit, IPA, lager, wit. I'm glad I wasn't driving. But it was a good time. Yeah. They've got good beers. I like their beers. So
cool. All right. Yeah. So enough of Moose's travel minute. Yeah. You guys playing games?
Sorta.
Okay.
Sorta.
All right.
Sorta. Are you playing games, Matt?
Oh man, am I playing? Oh man, I got tons of games.
Oh man, am I playing games?
My life is a game.
Yes,
I wish.
It is, and I'm just trying to get to the end level before the
press A to start.
What? What are you guys playing? Moose, you played Wizard of Legend, right?
Yes. So I've been playing Wizard of Legend.
Surprise! Another roguelike game for Moose.
Well, what happened? So
is it a roguelike?
It's a roguelite, I think.
Yeah, like you die and you keep like your main cards that you buy, and then you can customize your wizard and go back into the world. And so
it's like what is it? Rogue Legacy.
It's a lot like Nuclear Throne, where like you go through level, and then you fight a boss, then you do a level, boss, level, and then the final boss of like.
Right, but Nuclear Throne, you don't keep anything. Like when you die.
That's true.
But like Rogue Legacy, you keep like all your upgrades and stuff, but you just don't get any loot.
Right. So I was playing it. I tried to play it on the trip. So I got it. When did it come out? Tuesday. So I nabbed that, and I nabbed Death Road to Canada. So I played a little bit of that. It's fun. So I haven't dived into it as much as I want to, so I don't really want to talk about it now because I haven't played enough to really have an opinion. But so my wife drove the latter half of the trip home, 5 of the 8 hours, and so I dived into Wizard of Legend, and it's really cool. Like you get I got the one run through. I got a lightning bolt, which is like in Dark Souls 3, you're just like throwing like lightning. As soon as it cools down, you can throw it. And then I had like a really cool. It was called the Dragon Dive, where it's like there's just this dragon head, just like with its mouth open, goes across the floor and like just hits like any targets in your way. And so, like as you get coinage, you can go out and buy cards and customize yourself. You can be like Frost, lightning, fire. There's some other elementals in there, but those are the only 3 that I've really like paid attention to. And I guess Earth, which would be the dragon one. But
now, do you combo up with them, or
yeah, you can. So like there's like the everybody's played. I guess whoever's played Diablo 3, the trolls, the treasure trolls. So like it's an actual pinata. And so you have to hit it with powerful enough combos to break it open, and it gives you something cool. And so like you have to, and then like your powers have like levels. So it's pretty cool. It's good. It's pretty deep. I'm playing it on the actual Switch, like handheld with the Joy-Cons, and I'm finding that with the right stick, aiming with the right stick can be a little off. So I want to try it with my Pro controller on docked to see if I have as many issues as I'm having before I really speak to the controls. I mean, the left stick works fine. Like movement's fine. I feel it's precise. Like if I die because of movement, it's my fault. It's not. You know what I mean? It's not like I feel like it controls kind of like as tight as Super Meat Boy does or Celeste, where like if I die from screwing up a movement, it's my fault. And so. But like the aiming is kind of a little bit off, I feel, or something. So, but I'm enjoying it. I recommend checking it out if you like the trailers and whatnot. Maybe pick it up. I picked it up on Switch just because I wanted something to take with me and play. Like I needed something to reignite my interest in my Switch. So I was like, this will be it, because I'm not gonna dive into Mario yet, because I'm probably gonna play that after the first of the year, after the challenge is done. So. But played that. I did start some more. I came home and I don't know if everybody knows, but I'm working through my second platinum on my second of Bloodborne on my second account. So I have an alt account. So I was working through the Forbidden Woods, killed the Shadows of Yarnum. So now I'm in Bergenworth, cleared that area, and then I switched over. I had like an hour before we were going to start, maybe a half hour, so I did the Adventure Pals. So I dived into the Adventure Pals, and I'm enjoying that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, like it's a lot better than you think it's going to be.
Yeah, like it's pretty entertaining. Like you just simple controls, but definitely it'll take a bit for you to master it. But it's fun. Like, and you got your little giraffe buddy with you, and to hover, he just turns his head up and spins his tongue like a helicopter for you, which is pretty awesome. And then there's like crazy stuff to collect and whatnot. So it's fun so far. So I'm looking forward to playing more of that. But
I like the self-aware dialogue.
Yeah,
it's really good.
Yeah. Wow, that was what he was like. You could press circle to use potions, or when you were about to die, it would be automatically used. And he's like, wow. And the kid's like, wow, what a really precise sentence. It's like, yeah, because he's your tutorial.
Yep. I mean, it's like some of the dialogue in that game reminds me of the movie Wayne's World. Like when they break the fourth wall and look at the screen, and they'll say like, "Oh, I'm glad we talked to that guy earlier who told us about all that." Like that's it's. I mean, and like you said, it controls really well, and it's fun, and yeah, that game's good. Corey. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, Moose.
I was just gonna say I could see it coming to Switch. I don't think. I mean, it's on PS4 and Steam right now. Adventure Pals, but
it should come to Switch. That'd be cool.
Yeah, if you're looking for something cool to play on your Switch, I'd say people before the end of the year they'll port it over. Anyway, Corey, what have you been playing?
Well, I've been playing a little bit of Donkey Kong on Switch.
Oh, the Tropical Freeze?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, I played a little bit of it on the Wii U, but I mean, look.
Enough to compare?
No.
Okay.
Not really.
Well, I was just wondering if you felt it ran better, or
it definitely looks better. I think. I think they cleaned up a lot of the animations and a lot of the character textures and everything, and it does look like it's running smoother. But I mean, other than that, it's What they did though is like on the Wii U version, they did this really weird thing where they at the beginning of the game before you even started, they made you choose if you wanted to play with a thumbstick or the D-pad. You couldn't just switch in between, right? Like, sometimes, yeah, you had to pick, and it's like they took they took that completely out, which is great. Like, I mean, not that like it shouldn't have been an option in the first place, but they took that completely out. And one cool little idle animation that's really cool is in the Wii U version, Donkey Kong in his idle animation would sit down and play a 3DS. And in this version, he whips out a Switch, and if you have Diddy or Dixie with you, he takes the Joy-Cons off, and they're playing a game together in their idle animation, which is really fun to watch. It's really funny. So I've been playing some Lightfall.
Game's good.
Yeah, that game's real good.
It's real good.
Yeah, I mean,
it's pretty too, man. That game is super pretty.
Yeah, and the sound design is really good too. Like I think that game is fantastic, and I think Bishop Games like really kind of outdid themselves with this game. I'm not too far. I'm only about an hour in, but it's real pretty. It's real fun. I like the block mechanic. I like how you have to use the different blocks to traverse the world.
Yeah.
It's a great game. And, in a weird thing, it's only available on Switch and Steam instead of coming to the other consoles first and then Switch.
Well, I think there are solid enough rumors that it will probably show up on PS4 at some point. Yeah.
I think it's going to come to PS4 and Xbox One as well. Like I think Nintendo has that 90-day window because
it's Bishop Games.
Bishop Games, yeah. On
Did
Twitter.
They do anything else?
Not that I'm aware of. I think this is their first official game released as a team. I know the developers there have done other things in the past, right, but I think as a team, this is their first game.
First debut.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually emailed them to try to get them on the show to talk about Lightfall, but I want to make sure I played enough of it to really get into it with them. So, but hopefully in the future we can talk to them. So, but other than that, I've been playing a lot of Halo online. So
it is their first game.
That's kind of it for me. I've been in production mode hardcore. Like, I didn't realize this until I started updating the website, but we have Let's Play stuff scheduled through September.
Damn.
Because I'm trying to get a bunch of stuff done before the baby comes.
Yeah.
And depending on when people are available and everything, squad goals was the first goal to get done, and I want to do some Bloodborne stuff with you guys before the baby comes. That's the goal. So, but yeah, we have squad goals through September.
Nice. It's good to be ahead of the game.
Yeah. So the website's coming along. I'm trying. I've got all the side shows and all the Let's Play stuff scheduled and posted. I got to start doing the backlog of the podcast stuff, which isn't as big of a deal as the other stuff, but. It's been fun. I've redesigned the website. It's been a lot of fun recently.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I don't know. I've been in that funk where I want to play games, but I'm not really sure when I want to play, so I just don't play anything.
Yeah.
So Sana and I started watching The Magicians on Netflix. Well, I think it's on a real channel, but we started watching the seasons on Netflix. As suggested by the one and only Todd Oxtra of Secret Frenzy Night. Yep. So it's pretty good, actually. It's interesting. It's weird, but it's interesting. We're enjoying it. So that's kind of it for me, though.
Cool.
What are you doing playing, Matt?
I got off work Thursday with the express intent of playing games. I failed that night. Woke up Friday morning, knew I was going to see Moose, was hoping to get to breakfast with him, but I was unable to. So while I was waiting for him to fully saturate himself with breakfast food,
breakfast.
I played a bunch of games that morning. I decided, I sat down and I want to keep playing Adventure Pals, but my girlfriend and I are co-oping that, and I sort of keep it in my head that I'm going to play that with her. So
that's a good policy to
yeah,
have.
I would rather do that, and I like the fact that she's that she wants to play a game with me. She wants to play Swords of Ditto next, so I'm kind of excited to get through it.
That game looks super cool. The Swords of Ditto, I watched the Giant Bomb quick look on it.
It's bonkers. I can't wait to play it.
It's cool. It looks cool though. It looks like I don't know how to describe that art style, but it looks amazing. Mm-hmm. The art style is just amazing.
But that morning, I decided, you know what? I'm just gonna find games that I have downloaded and play it. If I've played it or not, I'm going to start something and just see what happens. I went through my library that I had downloaded. I'm like, okay, nothing's really jumping out at me. I'll stream Helldivers for a little bit. So I streamed myself just jumping into random games in Helldivers. That was fun. I basically went until I went for about an hour. That was a good time. A bunch of people started watching me. I didn't talk because I didn't want to hook up my mic or anything. Then I'm like, okay, what am I going to do next? Hey, I haven't played Windjammers in a year. I'll play Windjammers. Got some trophies in Windjammers. That was a good time. Played nice. Mother Russia Bleeds. Mother Russia Bleeds is it's not similar to Dragon's Crown in its beat 'em up style, but I think in the way it moves and how it's not like Streets of Rage where you can move with relative speed from one side of the screen to the other. Even when you run, you still have to. It's kind of, I don't want to say plodding because I feel like plodding is negative, but it's slow and tactical, kind of. I was looking at the trophy list as I went through it. I got about 3 levels into it, and I'm like, this might be. I'm pretty sure there's online multiplayer for that one where we can all run through. Feel like that would be a good one to play with to play with people. But that game is bananas in a lot of good ways. It has dialogue very similar to Adventure Pals, where it's kind of self-aware and it's very of a it's aiming at that it's aiming at that 80s action movie dialogue, and it succeeds largely. The combat's good. The arenas you get into, they are challenging enough, and it's a really good time, and I can't wait to play more of it. Windjammers, as I mentioned, is if you've not seen Giant Bomb play Windjammers, it's really hard to explain it. What the game actually is it's like playing tennis with frisbees, except you're throwing frisbee, you have to catch it. You could score 3 points or 5 points because the goals are behind. And then you can use the sides to ricochet it. There are power moves a la Super Dodgeball, if you remember that from the arcade or the NES. And as Philip says in the chat, Windjammers is fucking amazing. It starts off slow, but the quicker you sort of return throws, it starts to speed up, and then it creates Wait, what?
He'll end PS4 retirement to play it.
You should play it, man. It's a fun time. I cannot find any ranked matches though, so that sucks. But I'm pretty sure we could set up something online. But playing the arcade mode is still such a good time. I remember playing that in the arcade as I was out of high school. I would stop at this gas station that had a Neo Geo machine that had Windjammers. So I would play it there, and I would pour quarters into that, and I looked probably creepy enough to be weird because I was not a kid playing playing at that machine, and there was no one else coming into that quick shop and then when they saw me playing, they're like, "Oh, I could beat you," and they never did. Last arcade game I was good at was Windjammers.
Yeah.
And then I didn't play anything new today, but over the weekend I actually streamed Helldivers 2 more times, and yeah, I love that game. I will continue to play it. I've been finding a lot of level 50 players playing that, and it kind of makes me want to go back to the grind and do it and keep going.
But it's such a long grind.
That game.
It's taking me forever to almost complete level 31. I'm almost 32.
Yeah, I'm not even halfway through 28, and I've done. I did and succeeded in 6 hell dives today, and still.
Fair enough. Did you happen to get all the weapons, the new weapons?
Mm-mm.
A lot of the new.
I saw there were like 9 new things. I don't know what any of them are.
Yeah, the new stratagems are locked away behind dives. Like you have to go, and they're hell dives. I think they're like 10, 11s. The hell dive's 12, so it's like either 10, level 10, 11, or 12. You have to go do and complete those planets to get them. Because I think the weapons they gave us before that were just free, or they were easier planets. So these ones they just kind of dumped behind the hell dives.
Yeah.
So
I was looking at them, and I was gonna do a Google search to see how to get them, but I didn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will continue to play that game. If anybody in the community wants to play, I will play with them. It is so fun.
It's a good game.
And we are officially less than a week before Dark Souls Remastered drops. I know Moose is excited.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm excited. Corey, you're in for a weird ride. Just get ready.
Nope. Dude, come on. I know what I'm in for.
He didn't say you didn't know you were in for it. He just said you're in for a weird ride.
You're in for a weird
I know. Trust me. I know. It's gonna be like Moose was on B-sides this week, just falling asleep.
Just like,
it's gonna be.
These guys are talking about sports. Matt's talking about soccer. I'm getting a beer.
No, I'm excited for Dark Souls Remastered, but I mean, I'm trying to wait for the Switch version, but I'll probably end up getting it on PS4 so we can do some stuff with it.
I mean, I know it'll probably be the only physical game I keep on Switch. Yeah.
When is that? Not 29th? 22nd.
It's
25th. It's Friday.
The 25th.
25th?
Friday.
I don't know how far back did they push it for Switch? Do they have a date yet or no?
Summer.
They just said summer. Okay.
Which is fine. Polish it up, guys.
Yeah, but there's like what I played at PAX was super smooth and super frame rate was great. The graphics look great, but I still think there's something fishy going on with that version because it's some Chinese porting house that's doing it. It's like a company that I've never really heard of.
I think it's the people that ported Dark Arisen, right? Yeah, Dragon's Dogma, Dark Arisen.
Yes, it is. It's the same
I mean, I've not played Dragon's Dogma. I've heard great things, and I actually want to play it. But
it looks pretty good and plays pretty well.
Mm-hmm. I've heard. I mean, Marshall played it right on Platinum.
No, Jeff did.
Jeff did.
Jeff and I have it on our challenge. I'm not sure if Jason has it on his, but it's on both of ours. And Jeff knocked it out, and I started about the same time he did. I don't know what took me away from it. I think I moved on to another challenge game, but I enjoyed what I played of it, and I want to go back to it. It's really cool because you can climb onto enemies if you're a melee. Yeah. He was upset because he does a caster. Mm-hmm. He's a pansy and doesn't want to take the hits, so he just stands in the back and throws fireballs. Well, he wanted to there's one of the first mini bosses in the tutorial fight is a chimera, and you jump onto it. So if you're I picked a knight, So if you're like a melee person, you can climb onto it and do like attacks on it while you're on its back and stuff and deal extra damage. And he's like, I can't do that. He's like, I'm a mage. I'm like, that's what you get for being ranged. Clothy, get the hell out of here.
Well,
only the cool kids in chainmail can.
Don't be. I mean, I feel like playing.
I know. I'm just
playing those games as casters is way harder.
I'm sure it is, but he was having a blast with it, and he said he's actually glad he got it out of the way because it was quite involving. So there's a lot of meat to the bones of that game. So
okay. But yeah, no, I'm with you. Get it right. Don't just put it out there because it's coming out to every other platform.
Yeah. Make sure Dark Souls is right. If you can't, if the developer can't make it, if From Software's not making it themselves, at least do as good of a job as they would, if you can. So
yeah. So we did our E3 predictions last week, and
which is in 2 weeks.
I feel it's already 2 weeks. Jesus. God damn.
I think it's 2 weeks, right?
What, E3?
Yeah.
I think it's like
9th,
2 weeks.
11th, and 12th.
Next week is Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Next
It's
Monday
3
is
weeks.
we are a week out for Memorial Day.
Yep.
No, it's 3. It's 2.5 because it starts on that Saturday.
Yeah.
So it's the 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. So we're gonna do a recap of the Sony one the day after because it'll be the night before on Monday.
Yeah, we're gonna do a watch along for the Microsoft conference for Arsenal X that week.
Nice.
So
Nice. Cool.
that I think we're gonna try to do one for the Bethesda one too. If you guys are on, and you want to talk about Bethesda,
I'll come and talk about Bethesda. I love, I like their stuff, and it sucks that Rage 2, like even if they leaked it, it sucks that it happened. I would have rather have it been at the show. So
it
now
looks
it's one
cool.
less thing. Yeah, no, I totally agree with you, and I think that it's awesome. Isn't Avalanche making it?
Yeah, well, it's doing the shooting, and then Avalanche is doing the open world and driving segments, apparently.
Which is awesome.
I know,
You
it's
have
so
like
cool.
the best of the two.
Which
Best of both worlds.
Which kind of kills my
as far as that
dream.
goes.
Which kind of kills my dream of seeing Doom 2. But I mean, I wonder if they're just having I wonder if like a B team is doing the shooting for Rage and Avalanche is taking on the majority of it, and then Real Id is like
just be
working on
consulting.
Doom 2.
It
Yeah.
could just be over there being like, "Hey, this is how we would do it. Do this. This gun doesn't
Right
feel
trigger-
right. Make it feel
Right
better."
trigger to shoot.
Yeah, exactly. But it's sad that got announced. But I'd like to see what else Bethesda has up their sleeve.
Well, we still
there's-
really don't know a lot about that game. Like,
Well, that's true too. I'm just saying the fact that we know it actually exists has
Yeah.
been spoiled. It's
Yeah.
not at the Bethesda show, and
Is that-
I'm not. I'm behind it 100%. I'm looking forward to seeing more about it. I'm interested. It's just going to take for me for Rage 2. It's going to take some gameplay trailers or whatever to try and pull me in.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
at E3 they're really going to dive into what that game actually is.
Right. Like it would be awesome if they just opened up the segment for
I-
Rage 2 with just
part
like
of-
a gameplay trailer or something.
Like, I don't want to compare it to Borderlands too much, but I wonder if that's like what they're
It
trying.
seems
to
like
go
that's
for.
what they're going for.
Is like, and maybe not like a super heavy like guns everywhere style loot game, but what if they're going for a multiplayer loot game? That's just like,
That would be cool. I mean, Randy Pitchford did say Borderlands is not going to be at E3, even though that's probably just them saying that so that it's a surprise when it shows up.
Or they're saying it's not. You won't be able to touch it at E3, but there will be a reveal.
no, they're
Yeah.
not bringing Borderlands 3 because they're making Duke Nukem.
Are you serious?
I wouldn't be surprised because he loves that series. He's been talking about making Duke 5 forever.
He just needs to
Okay.
retire.
All right. No, I don't think.
He needs to go do some magic tricks somewhere.
I mean, Duke Nukem needs to be put out to pasture, or they need to severely update that character. Like you can say what you want. You can say what you want about. You can say what you want about Wolfenstein and how BJ Blazkowicz is just a murder machine. I feel like they updated him by fleshing out. They made a character around that.
He's a better character than Duke.
But Duke Nukem always had.
But
Duke Nukem always had dialogue, and while it was funny when I was a teenager, I look at it now. I'm like, yep, that was funny when I was a teenager. Kind of shitty if you're.
I don't know. Playing Duke Nukem Forever and flinging poop at aliens was pretty funny too.
I mean, yeah, okay, all right.
In all seriousness, no. Like, I played Duke Nukem Forever, and I fully went in expecting like a 5 to 6.0 game, like, and that's exactly what it was. It was really dumb and whatever. But then, like, I listened to an interview like a year later with Randy Fitchford, and he was trying to compare Duke Nukem Forever to Half-Life. Like this, I'm like, look, I know Half-Life's a little outdated for today's standards, but you can't deny the significance of what that game did for the industry at that time.
No, you can't.
And there's no way Duke, like, he was comparing like level design and dialogue choices and like weapons and stuff. I was like, come on, man, really? You're gonna compare this to Half-Life?
No, you can't.
I'm like, man, maybe like if that version of Half-Life was made now, you can compare the review scores. But
it's almost as weird as Ed constantly comparing Borderlands and Overwatch. Like, they're not the same thing at all. So Moose and I were talking with Phillips today, and I remember I brought up that, Fallout 3, there's like rumors of a remaster.
Fallout 3 remastered, yeah, I heard that rumor too.
And I mean, I'm on board with it because Fallout, I would love to, like, I've talked to Reba about Fallout and how cool that series is, but I would like to show her that one as opposed to Fallout 4. Mm-hmm. Just because I feel like it's better. Even though 4 is technically more of 3, but I feel like 3, hit the sweet spot.
Yeah.
But in Phillips rightfully said, why do that and not Morrowind or something like that? Which
I think, but Morrowind, they just really pushed in there Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah, so I feel like that's too much.
That's why it's killed. Yeah, that's why they wouldn't do it.
Yeah,
but I take away from our ESO.
I was sitting there thinking, Moose and I are blinded by Demon Souls because we just assume Blue Point is doing that.
Where is that game?
Huh?
Where is that game?
What?
Demon Souls. I still think Blue Point is working on Demon Souls.
But what about something Bethesda? All of those are bigger than Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah. Here's the reason I don't think it's going to happen. Your point is valid.
What if Blue Point's doing New Vegas? I'm just saying.
The reason I don't think it's going to happen is because of Blue Point's close ties to Sony, which makes me think it's a Sony game. It's going to be. It would take a lot, unless Sony was like, we want you to remaster this game for the PS4. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it would take. Like, for them to do, I feel, for Blue Point to not do a Sony game. It would take them talking with Sony and Sony being like, we'd love to have that on the PS4. I don't think, was Morrowind on? New Vegas was on.
No, it was only on the Xbox and PC, yeah. But like Elder Scrolls is owned by Bethesda, not Xbox.
Right. But
it is backwards compatible on Xbox One, by the way, if anybody owns one.
Apparently
no one.
Nobody does, so
I don't know, 30 million people own one.
Yeah, and 90 million people own PS4s.
I'm just saying, it's 30
and
million.
50 million Elvis fans can't be wrong. I mean, I don't know what any of this means.
He's alive.
That's right. He's alive. He's on Mars.
Yeah.
Eating peanut butter jelly sandwiches.
Peanut butter jelly and banana.
Yep.
That should be our next shirt design. Just Elvis eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich on Mars.
There we go.
No, that's not.
So I think maybe a Fallout game they could be doing a Fallout game.
Yeah.
Because Sony could be like, listen, the earlier ones weren't, didn't really run well on the PS3. Let's make something special on the PS4.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of give the PlayStation Nation a treat or something.
Yeah.
But Phillips is in the chat, and he says, for an idea how good New Vegas Remastered could be, capitals on the could. It already exists. Look it up on YouTube. Mod community made it already. So yeah,
the mod community has supported and messed
which is like
Bethesda games like crazy.
Yeah, like the people that did Skyrim. And it's funny because like you go out there and it's like there's still problems in Bethesda games in the Switch version of Skyrim, which were fixed by modders like less than like weeks after the game came out. And it's like, you can't fix this. It's like that, that's kind of bullshit. Yeah. But it is what it is. So
I personally, like, I would love to see Morrowind again.
Yeah.
Just because that game is the reason I've not played. I mean, I played Oblivion. And like I said in our chat earlier, I probably beat Oblivion, but I don't remember anything about it. It's been 10 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, but like Morrowind, like that game is so spellbinding in how cool it was.
What's captivating?
Yeah, like I remember so much more about that game. Like I couldn't probably walk you to my house, but I remember it. I remember hunting glass armor. I remember a ton about Morrowind, just because it was that striking.
Yeah. And
I know that the mod community has redone that over the years, and that's probably one of the cooler things about PC. But that's maybe one day on consoles. I don't know. And I know, yes, that you can do mods on console now. Can you do it on Xbox and not PS4? Can you finally do them on PS4 now? I don't know.
You can do some of them on PS4. Like the one that I'd really love to check out is the one for Skyrim, which is, I think it's the cold mode, where you have to monitor your temperature and all that stuff. So like if you're not eating or you're not keeping your temperature up, like and you can't swim in water that's like freezing, otherwise you die. So it adds a depth to the game. But I think like the mod, buying it through the store is like $10, and I'm like, I'm like, right now it's not worth it. I already got the platinum.
Yeah,
I had as much fun with it. Maybe I'll do it on PC when I build them.
Yeah. And then we didn't get any more E3 leaks yet this week, have we? I mean, it's only Monday, but
no, not that I've seen.
I mean, they're the only one. I mean, I think we talked about the Nintendo ones last week, but there was that Pokemon kind of yellow remix game that was leaked.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys heard about that. Did we talk about that last week?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've talked about it on like 5 shows last week, so
yeah.
I don't think we talked about it.
No, we didn't.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you guys are interested in talking about that, but just a quick version, they're remaking Pokemon Yellow. Well, not really remaking, but like it's like a remix / sequel to Yellow. And there's gonna be two versions called Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. And
oh no, I saw this. I didn't dig into it, but I was...
yeah, and you're playing different trainers than Red and Blue, but Red and Blue are in it, which are the trainers from the first game. So
right.
And we're going back, and there's going to be like Pokemon Go integration into it and stuff, where like you can kind of connect the games together and certain things you do. And the Switch game, you get rewards in Pokemon Go and vice versa, I guess. And then they're not doing every single Pokemon. It's only going to be probably the original 150 plus maybe Gold and Silver. So, which is cool, which is the generation of Pokemon that I enjoy playing. That was Gold and Silver were really the last ones I ever actually played a lot, but that was really kind of it. And then that Star Fox Racing game, I think we talked about a little bit last week. But which I think sounds cool. They need to do something with Star Fox. That series has just been. Whew.
I mean, is it wrong that I want to say they need to make Star Fox good?
No, because the last good Star Fox game was Nintendo 64, and like even then it's like
it's just like, man, you're stretching.
Ago.
You're stretching to make that kid good.
Yeah.
No, I like the N64 version.
I mean,
that's just me.
I liked Assault, but it wasn't great. You know, the GameCube one, the second GameCube one. So I don't know. And Star Fox, I don't care what anybody says, and I know. And sorry, Ed, I love you, and I'm glad you're not on this episode to defend this. But Star Fox Zero is not good. The Wii U one.
Oh,
it is not. No. It is not good. I'm sorry. Like I've tried to play that game multiple times, and like if it just had a traditional gamepad, let me shoot where I'm flying, it would have been better. Still not good. So I don't know. I think they need to do something different. I think this Grand Prix style game where they're maybe making a hub world that you can walk around in and doing a Diddy Kong Racing style Star Fox racing game with bosses and you know, co-op / competitive racing. Like I think that's cool.
Yeah,
I think that's
could be cool
twist. And like there's rumors that they could add DLC now. I mean, this whole game is just a rumor right now, but there's also rumors that they could add DLC from like Metroid and F-Zero into it too. So like it would be a crossover, and that actually lines up with the rumor that Retro was working on a Star Fox cross Metroid game at one point. Like they were pitching that idea around. And
if they add F-Zero, we're back to Star Fox Zero. Does that make it bad again?
Yeah.
It's a difference. It's a different Star Fox Zero because Zero is spelled out in cool early 90s colors like F-Zero, so it's cool.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, all right, I'm with you.
And Captain Falcon's gonna Falcon Punch Slippy, so it's okay. It's okay. It's all good. Falcon Punch!
Falcon Punch!
Also delicious juice.
I miss Diddy Kong Racing all of a sudden.
That game was good, man.
Game was good, man. Like
we were talking on Nintendo. We were talking on what I don't remember, Arsenal X or PAL Block, about how Xbox could make their own version of Diddy Kong Racing with like the rare characters, but without Diddy Kong. I don't know what you would do. You probably center around Banjo Kazooie or Conker or something. But they could do another Banjo or another Diddy Kong Racing style game, I think.
Yeah, but that'd be too smart on their part.
Well, and then also all the Xbox fans would be like, I don't want to play a game that looks like cartoons.
It's true.
They played Cuphead.
Yeah, but that's different because it's hard.
A lot of Xbox fans played Cuphead?
Yeah, I don't think a lot of them.
It sold 2 million copies.
Okay, 2 million. They have 30 million?
30 million install base.
Not even 10% of their install base.
That's pretty good for an indie game, considering God of War sold 3.4 million. And there's 75 million PS4s out there.
That's true. That's a good point.
So,
I don't have an answer for you, but I feel like expecting a lot of.
You're expecting too much of the general.
Yeah.
Xbox gaming base.
I mean, I feel like if Cuphead came out on PS4, I'd still think it would hit probably about the same amount. I think it would still hit 10% of PS4's install base. I don't think it would do any better on PS4.
Yeah.
But 10% of PS4's install base versus 10% of Xbox's install base is a different number.
Oh yeah, totally.
But the attach rate is probably what someone would look at.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I enjoy my Xbox, and I just like across all of our shows, I feel like there's a lot of hostility towards a lot of other consoles lately, and it's just like, can't we just play games? Can we just have fun? Can we just
Can
we just enjoy the games? Whoa, my lights just flickered.
Yeah, I saw that.
There's a storm outside.
It goes down, ladies and gentlemen. It goes down swinging.
It better not go out. I'm watching the Cavs. I mean, it's halftime. I'm actually watching a commercial for Toy Story at Disney World right now. But
about your Cavs game.
I do.
I'm saying the power doesn't.
The power
don't care.
Boost the power.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
So,
Hype.
I saw a dumb thing this weekend, and it was Phillips and I were talking about it.
Moose was in town. That's right.
No, this is after Moose was in town. Well, at least after Moose and I hung out. I saw a Crusader Kings board game on Kickstarter. And Phillips brought it up to me, after I'd seen it, and we were talking about it, and all of a sudden, huh?
I was gonna say it made 3 times.
It was funded inside of a day, I think. But Crusader Kings is one of those games I've never actually played, but I've read enough about, and I've read stories from Crusader Kings players, and if there's not, I feel like putting that on a board game is like bonkers risk that takes place over generations. Uh-oh. Moose is going down.
No, I'm not going down.
Go down.
Okay.
My last words are going to be, you're welcome!
I forgot that's where the camera was. Sorry, guys.
But this board game looks cool, man. If any of you have a PC that can play Crusader Kings, do some research, try it if you have the means. I think the premise of the game is amazing. It's you're doing risks where you have to manage, your kingdom. You have to choose a suitable mate, as well as make sure your traits to your offspring come along. You have to sort of engender it through the generations. And then on top of that, you still have to go on a crusade. It's a giant grand strategy management sim. I think it's a lot of randomness. And randomness in games creates fun, especially in that genre. I've actually watched a bunch of people stream Crusader Kings and try and talk about it. And if you get about 30 minutes into those streams, it eventually sounds like you are understanding all of the more difficult JFK conspiracies. And that's a fun rabbit hole to go down, Crusader Kings. So I just want to shout that out. If you're interested in a weird, wild board game, Paradox is putting Crusader Kings out on tabletop, and it's not like one of those open-ended. It's not like Fallout, the miniatures game, where you basically get all your characters and you just do a D&D style open-ended, go as long as you like. It is a very self-contained thing. And Phillips is right on time in the chat. Crusader Kings is unreal. It's like Civ with politics that makes Game of Thrones look like Sesame Street. Yep. To be fair, less sex in Crusader Kings. Unless there's
less sex or less rape.
Both.
Okay.
Less rape and sex. But yeah, Crusader Kings it's one of those games that'll probably go down in history as like really important on some level, but it'll never be like zeitgeist important. It won't be Half-Life 2 important. It won't be Super Mario 64 important. But I feel like in maybe 10 to 15 years, when a lot of current game critics and influencers are older, you might see Crusader Kings 1 or 2 show up on the greatest games of all time list. That and like Dwarf Fortress. So,
what about Lemmings?
I mean, Lemmings is important. I think other is that a troll? Like, is that a troll?
With Lemmings, never.
I don't know what's happening right now, but I will say Lemmings is an important puzzle game, and I think that it was good in its time.
20 question score.
It's important to your 20 question score, motherfucker.
I'm only up by 1 now. By the way,
just like Moose's Mother Russia Bleeds bullshit.
What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Philip says it's important within its genre. Paradox don't really seem to be concerned with acceptance outside of that niche. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that's true.
Paradox do what Paradox do, and I'm glad they do. Anybody else want to talk about anything?
I don't care.
My allergy medication is starting to drag me down, so someone needs to talk about something.
I mean, how long have we been going? Like an hour?
Yeah, about an hour.
I mean, we could just do 20 questions if you want.
Okay, Moose.
Unless somebody has something they really are dying to talk about. Oh, actually, there is something I want to talk about. Just real quick. Just real quick. So, something interesting was announced yesterday while we were recording Nintendo Power Block. Resident Evil 7 is coming to Switch somehow.
Streaming, yeah. Oh, yeah. What is this?
It's a cloud streaming version of the game.
Yeah, Capcom's doing a cloud streaming service.
Why?
Why not?
Why is this a thing on the worst online network? Like, why?
Because
don't be lazy. Just make the game.
They can't shoehorn the game onto the Switch.
Make the game. Then don't make the game.
No, So what? But what better way for them to try out their streaming service? Hey guys, you know what you can play on our streaming service? Resident Evil 7. So that's the draw.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you. If you can't make the game run well on the system, don't put it on the system. And personally, it's just guarantees that I'm not going to buy it on a Switch, because if I can't play it without internet, I'm not going to buy it. So,
yeah, I don't know.
It's a portable system, which means
but you can't play it without an online system. So you can't play it in the car. You can't play it on a plane.
That's what I'm saying. I have to play it. I have to play it docked all the time. You know. Yeah,
which at that point, why don't you just get it on another system like PS4 and Xbox One?
That's what I'm saying. They are trying to break into a streaming type service, and this is the way for them to do it. What's their most enticing game? You're not going to put Street Fighter on a streaming service. Is not going to work. So they have to go with another game in their stable that's really well known, and that's Resident Evil.
Yeah.
That's all I'm trying to say. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong.
I get it.
I'm just saying that's why they're doing it. You know,
it kind of just like, I don't know.
Personally, I think it's wrong because if I can't, like I said, if I can't download the game to my system and take it with me and play it on the go without internet, then I'm not going to buy it. There's no point.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why you're doing it. But then, you know, Phillips brought up, well, they're trying to do a streaming service, and it's like, okay, well then that makes sense.
Yeah.
They got to kick it off with something that's been working for them, and that's Resident Evil.
Yeah. So. Yeah, it just that announcement yesterday when we were recording was just kind of like, it boggled my mind that, you know, there had been rumblings that they were working on getting Resident Evil 7 on Switch, but this is not like, just port the other games over if you're trying to put Resident Evil on Switch. They're on everything else. Like
Resident Evil 1 through 6.
Like even if it's just 0, 1, and 4, like just like they already put Revelations on there, and it runs on the 5 and 6 engine. So I mean, like I would rather have 2 mediocre Resident Evil games than try to stream a great one to this system.
Yeah.
So
personally, I think Resident Evil should just stay off the Switch, but that's me.
I mean, I wouldn't mind taking the older ones on the go, but
yeah, like maybe 1 through 3, or even 1 through 4. But I don't need 5 or 6 on there.
Yeah, I 0 and 1. I think, especially the remakes, have such an intrinsic tie to Nintendo in the first place. I think that'd be cool to.
Yeah,
but I don't know. It was just a weird announcement. I just didn't know if you guys were like.
Now I'm kind of like, eh. We'll see. We'll see how it works. Because I mean, it's like PS Now. Like how well does that streaming service work? And it's like I want to pay. What is it? I think it's like what, $10 a month now, or even more than that, to stream PlayStation Now games. And I'm like, that's not worth it. Nope. I don't need those games in my life.
Nope.
Yeah.
Not saying that Capcom's going to make you pay for that, a monthly subscription for the streaming service, but where else are they going to get the money to support servers to, do streaming? You're going to pay $60 for the game, and then where are they going to get the income to like maintain the servers that are streaming it, cloud streaming it to your Switch?
Yeah.
I agree with Giant Bomb. Capcom should do a game called Capcom versus Capcom.
Yeah.
Where all Capcom characters are in a fighting game with all other Capcom characters. That'd be great.
I agree.
That would be cool. I think that would be cool. That's a good.
Finally, Mega Man and Beautiful Joe can just square off and beat up each other.
God, if they made another Beautiful Joe, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still have both those games for GameCube somewhere lying around.
Just gonna send his daughter off to college with his GameCube.
Yep.
She's gonna be
trade this for currency.
She's gonna be the coolest kid at school because everybody's gonna be like, "What are these amazing games?" And he's gonna go, "I built that library."
Are you kidding? People are gonna be like, "Can you play Fortnite on this thing?"
Fortnite will be dead by that time.
I don't know. Hey, they did get jetpacks. They're finally getting jetpacks.
But there will be like a Halo 30.
Who knows if?
Well, by then we're talking.
If a proper,
it'll be like Halo 12.
Who knows if a proper Xbox will even exist by then? Like
I severely doubt it even makes it past the next console generation. And I'm not saying that that PlayStation will either. I'm just saying.
I think these things, like whatever the next generation of smart TVs is going to look like, I think they're just going to be apps on your TV, and you'll just hook a hard drive up to your TV
and play things.
Yeah, and you'll buy the app. You'll buy the app for like $100, and then you'll just buy the
processing power? Your TV.
Yeah, I mean,
that's pretty demanding for your TV.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what?
Man,
I wouldn't put anything past anybody at this point. I just don't even know.
That's true. I mean, Sony could. I mean, and Sony, people could partner with something. I mean, Microsoft already has Word, so they could do their own PCs.
I mean, and I think the next generation of, I think Xbox will be the first person to do it, but I bet they'll team up with cable companies or something to make their cable box an Xbox, and you'll just stream your cable through the box. And then it'll just be an Xbox cable box, and you'll just pay extra if you want an Xbox version of a cable box.
Yeah, I could see that happening. I could see Microsoft being that.
That'd be a way to get an Xbox into every single home.
Well, not with people cutting cable though.
Yeah, but there's still. I'm
not saying there's not a lot of people that still pay cable.
I know.
A lot more. The tide seems to be moving.
Yeah, but a lot of people. A lot of people are still going to cable companies to pay for internet though, and they could put like a modem or a router inside of an Xbox, while the Xbox is also a disc machine or something.
Yeah,
that's true. I don't know. I think Xbox is going to be the first one to make the leap of, hey, Xbox isn't even a box anymore. It's just whatever entertainment device you want to use is going to be your Xbox at some point.
That would be interesting to see how they could pull that off.
Because we're already seeing it with PC. Like you can play all Xbox first party games from here on out there. You can stream it to your Surface tablet, whoever uses one of those. I don't know. I guess the NFL
Phillips
coaches.
does. Phillips
NFL
uses Surface tablet.
NFL coaches use Surface tablets too. Those are the only people I've ever seen use them.
Yeah, I've never seen many people use a Surface tablet.
So I don't know. It's Xbox is in a weird position. Like they're just missing the games. They're just missing the games, man.
Yeah,
They've got a bunch of great services. They've got a nice box. Like it's a pretty box. It's a powerful box. They just, man, all fingers are pointing to like State of Decay not being fantastic either, which I get it. It's a $30. It's a $30 sequel to an Xbox Live Arcade game. Like
it's only $30.
Yeah,
yeah, that's gonna be trash. That's rough.
Did you? I was listening to last week's Game Informer show today,
and I want that game to succeed. But anyways, go ahead. Sorry.
And like it's a cool idea for a game, but like they were saying, like how especially in multiplayer, so many bugs in that game.
Yeah,
like so many bugs.
That's rough, man. I mean, they just I don't know how they're like who's making the decisions there, but they're just not making the right decisions. Like Sea of Thieves, like somebody should have played Sea of Thieves and been like, "What the fuck is this? And what the fuck are you trying to put out? Like, how long have you been doing this? You're fucking rare. You're rare, and you're putting out this trash."
To me, the Xbox is pulling a Nintendo where like the end of they're gearing up for the end of their console generation. They're going to pump out some games that are fun but not great. And they're just going to pull a Nintendo where, you know, the Wii U didn't have any games for the last year and a half, but look at all the games they're pumping out for Switch now. Like, you know, all those games were held back from
the Wii U. Yeah.
So like, I totally see Xbox doing that, which is fine. Like that just gives them, like, I think we'll see a spinoff Halo game, not Halo 6. We'll see a spinoff Halo game.
That's like a slap in the face to you as an Xbox owner that they're doing that.
No, because I'm
like trying to put it out now.
Well, I'm enjoying a lot of games that are out on Xbox right now. I love Gears of War 4. I just played a lot of it the other day, and I love Halo 5, and I'm enjoying what I'm playing of PUBG and Rainbow Six Siege on there. You know, like I'm enjoying the content that's there. Like, you know, I know, like I accepted what the Xbox was about a year and a half ago, and I'm like, look, I'm gonna play whatever multiplayer games are here because of Arsenal X and our Squad Goals show. I'm gonna enjoy Halo because I think that game plays fantastic. I think the multiplayer is one of the best feeling shooters on the market. But like, and I'll play. I have Destiny there. Not that I've played Destiny in like 6 months, but you know, I enjoy the Xbox platform and I enjoy the PlayStation platform, but I like the online features more on Xbox, but I like the single player exclusive better on PlayStation. It's just, I don't know. Xbox is in a weird spot, and I totally think they're just pulling a Nintendo. Like, I really think that they're just gonna launch whatever the next Xbox is with game after game after game after game after game. I think it's gonna launch with a new Fable. I think it's gonna launch with a Forza. I think it's gonna launch with Halo 6. And I don't think we'll get another proper numbered Halo on this Xbox, but I think we'll get a spinoff like Reach or ODST. I can totally see ODST 2. And I actually pitched this to Jesse Douglas. Like, what if they did ODST 2 and told the story of how Buck became a Spartan? You know, because Nathan Fillion's character from ODST, the first game. What if they just told that story of how he became a Spartan and him going on these special ops missions, training to become a Spartan? Like, I think that would be a cool spinoff story because people love that character and people love ODST. So, just my 2 cents, I guess.
I mean, ODST is the best Halo game.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I also think Halo 4 is really good too, but that's just me. I know I'm in the way minority of that.
We're in the same minority. I thought Halo 4 was really good. I really enjoyed Halo 4. So
yeah.
I mean, that would be cool because I mean I feel they have to give their audience something. So you're gonna see a Halo announcement at E3. There's got to be something.
I think if it's not Halo 6,
it could be something. It could be a spinoff.
I think
or,
I think the next Gears will make this box, like the next numbered Gears. I think whenever Crackdown decides to come out, I think
what if
they've
they come out like early next year and they're like Crackdown 3's canceled? Oh my god.
To be fair, to be honest with you, it would not surprise me in the least to say, hey, we've canceled what you know is Crackdown 3 and we've started over. Like, it would not surprise me one bit. Which is okay, I guess, because, like, I don't expect anything from this game anyway, except for Terry Crews yelling. But, like,
yeah,
I don't know. I think the next box is going to launch with Halo 6, Fable, and Forza. And a bunch of, like...
3.
Yeah, and Crackdown 3.
Well, that wouldn't be that bad of a launch.
My thing is,
titles.
My frustration with Xbox is not with Halo or Gears or Forza. It's look how many IP Rare has alone that they're not utilizing.
Yeah.
Perfect Dark, Banjo-Kazooie, Conquer, Killer Instinct. Where did Season 4 of Killer Instinct go? Oh, that's right. Iron Galaxy stopped making characters for Killer Instinct because they were porting Skyrim for Bethesda as a Switch. Like, where's Battletoads? Where's I don't know. Where's Jet Force Gemini? Where's Cameo? Where's, like, those are just Rare's IPs. Let alone
I mean, they could
Fable.
They could make an Ori and the Blind Forest out of, Banjo-Kazooie or
well, what if they just made proper 3D platformers? What if they took the blueprint for Banjo-Kazooie and applied Mario Odyssey style, like, updated controls and level design? They could make a $40 platformer. They have the ability to do that. What if they made Conker's Bad Fur Day 2? Like, people would go nuts for that crap. You know how many people went? So many people went crazy when they found out Conker, the Xbox version of Conker's Bad Fur Day, was backwards compatible now. I don't know. Whatever.
I feel like going the 3D platformer route is not the way to go.
No, I was just throwing out examples. My thing is, like, my whole thing with Xbox is, like, I talk about this all the time on Arsenal X. Perfect Dark as a Metal Gear style stealth game. Why not?
Yeah.
Switch genres. It would give you a really cool. It gives you, like, a really cool character in a really cool, like, setting. Like, set it in the 90s or the 80s or something. Give us cool tech from that time period. Like, make it super colorful or whatever. It doesn't have to be like Splinter Cell or Metal Gear in a super militarized thing. Just make it its own thing, but make it play like a third-person stealth game.
That would be
I don't know. I just, man. Anyways, sorry.
I like it when you get passionate.
I just like the Xbox platform. It just frustrates me that they don't. It just feel like they don't really. They haven't known what they haven't known what they're doing for a long time, and they're just now getting on the right foot of, like, trying to get that goodwill back from the Xbox One reveal event, and, like, they're just now hitting that point where, like, okay, they have a cool box, they have a cool online service, and they have Game Pass, I think, is a good idea in theory. Let's see how it plays out, but now they just need the games, and we'll see after E3, like, if my opinion changes or not. But I don't think they're gonna have a strong. I think their announcements will be strong, but I don't think any of their announcements are coming this year.
You don't think they could announce a Halo and have it come this year?
I mean, theoretically, if Halo's on a 3-year life cycle, it should be this year, but they've already said Halo's not coming out this year. So what do you have this fall? Are you going to try to push Crackdown as your big fall game? I hope not.
They already tried that last year, and wasn't it delayed? Wasn't it supposed to launch when the X came out, the Xbox One X?
So they positioned PUBG and Super Lucky's Tales as their fall games last year. Which, like, the PUBG is fun and everything, but that is not a game that should be carrying your system. A game preview game should not be carrying your system through the fall.
That's right. No, I agree. I agree.
So
we built this platform on early access.
So I don't know, and that's exactly where I think State of Decay should be too, is the preview program. From everything I've heard about that game, if you're not playing on a 1X or a PC, probably shouldn't be playing that game.
What is this?
State of Decay 2.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Just bums me out that like they have so many cool IP and they're not doing anything with them. It's like Nintendo. It's like Nintendo times 1,000 for the last decade, right? Nintendo has like 3 or 4 or 5 cool IP that haven't had a game in over 2 generations. Like Xbox has probably about 12 that they're just not utilizing, like at all.
Yeah,
but I also feel like Xbox is looking at, maybe they are looking at their IP that are basically dormant.
Oh, I agree. I agree. They're looking at them now that they have the platform built.
But hang on. Maybe they're looking at them, but they don't see anything moving forward. I mean, I'll be honest with you. When I found out, like a game like Rayman Origins, when I found that was coming out, I'm like, why? Now, I played the original Rayman and Rayman 2 a long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Rayman Origins, to me, and based on my memory, which is fallible, is a way different game, a better game. And they changed it from being, just a story platforming side scroller to having to more of the rhythm side of platformers where you have to go one and you have to twitch and be really fast, and I liked that. And they also threw in a little bit of Metroidvania where you could go back to areas later on, even though you weren't going back to the same areas and there wasn't a map. But they changed it enough, and I don't feel like Microsoft sees, okay, where does the change happen to make this relevant? Yeah. Because think about it. Pretend you're me and basically an idiot, and think about how do you bring Perfect Dark forward?
Well, I mean, I told you, like, I think they should change genres completely.
Right, but that you added one thing. That's not really changing genres. Stealth isn't a genre.
Moving it from a first-person shooter to a third-person semi-stealth action game similar to Metal Gear Solid 5?
It's not really a genre change. It's a style change.
That's a complete genre change.
Third person and first person are not genres. They're perspectives. Let's be honest. Metal Gear Solid 5 is still a third-person shooter. You're just using more stealth.
I agree, but the way you approach the situations are way different from Perfect Dark and Perfect Dark Zero to the way you approach situations in Metal Gear.
Sure.
I think the mechanics of the games are different. I agree that you're still shooting people at times and still like, yeah, it's gonna be that, but
But do you see the bridge where that says, okay, we took influence here rather than just aped it, and makes it relevant? Because I'll be honest with you, I feel like you get that. I mean, Metal Gear Solid kind of took that from Far Cry.
I agree,
and they made it better. Metal Gear Solid 5 is better than most of the Far Cry games, in my opinion. Now,
I mean, I'm not trying to argue like to change things or anything. I just think like that if you want to do something different with an IP, that's I think changing perspectives and moving it into a different style of gameplay goes a long way.
Yes, but see, Now, I'm just trying to poke holes in your little proposal here.
Well, I mean, that's
and I'm not like trying to shoot you down. My goal was to generate more discussion. That's all.
No, I know.
But like saying, okay, well, let's make Perfect Dark a Metal Gear Solid 5 game. But then it's just Metal Gear Solid 5 in a Perfect Dark skin.
Yeah, but changing the art style and the weapons you use and just adding some different flair to it, I think would go a long way. You know, I think there's room for that, especially in a world where, you know, theoretically Splinter Cell and Metal Gear don't really exist anymore.
Right.
You know, like I think there's room for that at some point.
Right, but I also think they have to nail it in a positive and different way. Like think about Fortnite and PUBG.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. What if Perfect Dark was the Fortnite to Metal Gear's PUBG?
Yes, but see what's the difference between what separates the two? Because with Fortnite, you have cartoony art style and a building mechanic. PUBG, you don't have that. You have hardcore military, and you have attachments and vehicles, a bigger map, and the economy is different in PUBG versus Fortnite.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I feel and I just feel like we need to have that moment that separates, you know, Perfect Dark and Metal Gear. If they do Perfect Dark as in Metal Gear Solid 5's image, we have to have that thing that separates the two. Like,
yeah.
How do you make this Metal Gear Solid 5's Fortnite?
Yeah.
And I think Microsoft hasn't found that.
No.
We could probably look at any of the Rare IP or any of the IP that Microsoft has and say, how do we change this? Well, we could make Fable a Civ game. Fucking why not? Or we could make
it a strategy game.
We could make Fable a Rogue Legacy game. Why not? But what you need to have something that it can ape Rogue Legacy or it can ape Civilization, but you still have to find what's its own thing.
And since you're talking about Fable, I also thought about this where like Fable could do something similar to like Breath of the Wild almost. But like I think what sets that game apart from what Zelda did is a morality system.
Yeah.
And that could really play into changing the world. Like it could go so far as to like changing puzzles in like whatever their versions of dungeons or shrines are, or you know, part way through the game it changes depending on the good or bad deeds you've done, and so you interact with different characters, fight different bosses. You know, well,
they could. I mean, what if they did Fable, but as a Breath of the Wild and a New Vegas?
Yeah.
I mean, like get the super gray morality in there, not just like you're wandering New Vegas, but like
I mean, like what you're saying is like, you know, something you think could be good could be bad, or like you're gonna have to make a sacrifice at some point where nobody wins, but you have to make that choice anyway, and it affects the game.
Yeah. What's the best version of losing?
Yeah.
And that already you have me going, all right, I'm listening. So
yeah, I don't know. I didn't really put a lot of thought into all of these. I thought it'd be cool if we could have a stealth Perfect Dark or a morality based Zelda game in Fable, or what if you take Gears and make a class based system out of all the characters instead of just we're all the same, you know? Or what if you
would be cool.
What if you put attachments on your weapons in that game where like maybe your Lancer is more accurate and it stabilizes easier, or like your chainsaw does, I don't know.
I feel they need to do something to revitalize the series.
Yeah.
Like game mechanic wise, like you
Yeah.
said, like make them classes.
Yeah, but like
You know?
it's so hard because like I literally just replayed Gears 1 and besides like a couple of quality of life changes that the series made, like crawling when you're down or basic a little bit of weapon changes here and there, like that first game was already like really good. How do you improve on that? Like how do you change it up to in Gears Judgment try to do a little bit of that and it failed.
Well, see, that's the struggle because it's like if you just keep reiterating the same thing like over and over again, yeah, it's great, it's awesome, but you're gonna lose your player base because your player base is gonna be like it's gonna become the next Madden.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Halo and Gears are gonna become the next Madden where the vast majority of people are gonna check out because they're like, I'm not interested in this.
I mean, I think they already are there. Like,
yeah, there are a lot of.
I mean, and I think we were talking about this too, and I know we've been running long and we need to get to 20 questions, but like, I feel like Call of Duty is hitting that point where Halo hit when Call of Duty 4 came out, where like Halo wasn't really doing enough to keep up with Call of Duty. Now Call of Duty's in the predicament that Halo was in, where like, how do you improve on this to try to keep up with the new wave of shooters out like Fortnite and PUBG and Rainbow Six Siege and Overwatch? How do you do that? And they've tried a little bit of everything. Like they have the specialist stuff. They have Blackout mode now, which is their version of Battle Royale. But how will Call of Duty stay relevant in a Fortnite dominated world or a Overwatch dominated world? And now that makes Microsoft's properties 2 steps behind because they were already behind when Call of Duty became the king of the mountain, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I have a proposal. I have a proposal.
Halo never took it back.
50 Master Chiefs and 50 Arbiters get into a bus attached to a hot air balloon.
I think it's happening.
They drop into an Overwatch world. And they have to get the Dota Nexuses.
Oh, jeez.
I mean,
I think I'd rather hear Matt talk about healthcare again.
You're welcome.
No. Start talking about work. I'm wrong.
I don't know. Like, part of me is like super excited for the future of what Xbox could possibly be doing, but current me is kind of frustrated with like. I feel like a Halo 6 should be coming and it's not, or Gears 5 should be coming and it's theoretically not yet. So I don't know. IP just sitting there. I try to look at things realistically and not with an angry perception, but sometimes it just gets in the way, man.
Like if they will fall flat on their face if they come out this year and they have nothing from either of those franchises to be released in the fall, and they try and say that Crackdown 3 is coming in the fall again. Nobody's going to believe them. That's the problem. Nobody's going to believe them because they said it last year it was going to launch. It didn't launch. It's been in development for fucking ever. Yeah. And then they pushed it, and now you're going to say, well, now it's fall of this year. Yeah, they're going to be there. It's just going to be they're going to be further removed from their player base. But whatever. Anyways, 20 questions. Let's do it.
All right.
It's time.
It is my game this week. For those of you who do not know,
no, it's not.
Questions. Oh, I'm sorry. It's Moose's game. Man, I got all prepared.
It's actually my game for the 3rd time in a row.
All right, fair. Okay, Corey, let's do this.
Wait a second. Am I wrong? As far as I know, I go after Corey.
We do. Yeah, we discussed this earlier, and
I was like,
my allergy medication is kicking in. I'm so glad I've not been drinking tonight because I would be dead otherwise. But I am fading fast. So
let's get this done so you can go to bed and I can go to bed.
We do 20 questions, 20 yes or no questions to try and guess what game Moose has in his head. Every 5 questions, we get a 2-minute huddle, and every question has a 30-second time limit. At the very end, after question 20, we have a 5-minute huddle, and we need to guess. If we guess wrong, Moose gets a point. If we guess right, we get a point. Moose.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
Corey. Question 1 to you.
Am I keeping track of times? Anything?
You're going to have to because I can't.
Oh, hold on a second. Let me
I am
dying fast.
I am putting what little energy I have left into this.
Oh, no, I know.
So I apologize in advance.
Do you want me to keep track of the questions too? I'll keep track of the questions.
Yeah.
Too. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
30 seconds, go.
Is this an indie game?
No.
Was this game released before initially released before January 1st, 2000?
Yes. Hold on a second. Now that's 2. 3.
Yep, 2 comes after 1.
All right, here we go.
This reminds me of that Beavis and Butthead episode where they're in charge of directing traffic, and the cop tells them to count to 30 and then tell the other lane to go, and they're counting, and they're like, and Butthead's like, what number comes after 2? And then they just start eating,
and they're both just like waving people.
Yeah. And then they eat nachos after this 90 car pileup. All right. Anyways, is this game associated with a PlayStation platform?
Yes.
Associated?
Yeah. Before 2000, that's a PlayStation 1 game.
Okay.
Nice. Nice. Look at us narrowing down games. Woo! But
we don't know if it's exclusive.
No, but it's associated, so.
Okay, great. I'm glad we had this. We're glad we had this talk. Is this game part of a series?
No.
Ooh, part of a series? No. All right. Do you play as a human?
Yes.
All right.
So that is you 2 minutes.
So Human, not an indie game, came out before January 1st, 2000, associated with a PlayStation platform.
Nice. All right. Do we want to talk about combat, 2D or 3D? Male or female protagonist? Weapons, combat, RPG mechanics. Probably a big one.
RPG mechanics first.
Yeah.
I feel like we should get that out of the way.
I feel like this is a JRPG. I bet it's Wild Arms. Pew.
What is it? Legend of Legaia? Is that what we're looking for?
Yeah.
What is Legend of Legaia?
Wasn't that the one that we said was going to be Moose's next game?
Ark the Lad.
There you go.
I don't even know what that is.
I'm thinking of obscure PlayStation RPGs. Chrono Cross.
Chrono Trigger.
That's not. That was on.
But it's also part of a series, so we can't.
Final Fantasy, Dragon.
40 seconds.
West.
Okay, I'm ready.
Yeah,
Question
I'm ready.
6, Moose.
Let's just go.
All right, go ahead.
Does this game have RPG elements?
No. Corey?
Is your primary form of combat shooting things?
Yes.
Shooters on PlayStation. Wow. We could go light. There's a lot of licensed shooter crap on PlayStation.
Is this a licensed game?
No.
Ooh. Is your protagonist a female?
This is a tough question to answer.
Ooh.
I'm going to go with yes.
Ooh. Female protagonist? But it was a tough question, so it's not Tomb Raider. Because that's very clearly a female. Unless you don't count triangular boobs as being female body parts.
It's not a licensed game. What have we got in this? What have we got in these last 4 questions?
You shoot things. You
No
play as a
RPG
female.
element.
No RPG elements.
Is this a Western developed game?
No.
Japanese developed. Okay. Part of a
2
series.
minutes.
2 minutes. Okay. Shoot things. Part of a series. Female. It's not part of a series?
No.
No, not part of a series. Oh. Crap. What are you thinking, Matt? Besides the fact that you want to go to bed.
He's fucked you again.
I freaking have no idea. I'm trying to think of things with female characters, and I'm
Legend of the Gaia is a one-off. Well, it's an RPG. Dang it.
yeah.
I thought there were 2 of that series.
Were there? I don't know.
Let me look.
And it's an Eastern developed game. Name me some Eastern developed games because I'm at a loss.
I don't really. I don't know. I don't know any that are like one-offs.
Oh, maybe it was 1. I thought there were 1 in that. No, it has a sequel. Gaia 2 Dual Saga. So,
Dual
yeah.
Saga. That is a dope name.
I know, seriously. They really. That was on PS2. Gaia 2 was on PS2. 18 seconds for your 2-minute huddle.
We got asked about vehicles.
Okay, I got an idea. I have an idea.
Okay.
Ask if it's a Square game.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, you're
okay. Is this a Square game?
Yes, it is.
Ooh. What are you thinking, Matt?
Einhander.
Oh, Jesus. I don't even know what that is.
That's the only thing I can think of.
You're going to have to guide me with questions because I don't know.
It has 2 characters in it.
Can you
remember?
Is he looking at the Googles?
No, I'm not looking at the Googles. I remember this. I rented it. It has 2 characters in it. I'm pretty sure one of them is female. I don't think the other one is though. But we did. Now, if I remember correctly, our question didn't say, "Did you only play as a female?" So
no, I asked if the protagonist was female, and he said that's a tough question to answer. And he said, "I'm going to say yes."
Okay.
So, how do we go about this? This is your turn, Matt.
Shit.
And I'm sure this is the most generous 30 seconds.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, is there a male character you can play as?
He's checking his notes for you audio listeners.
I can't answer that question.
Why not?
But you can answer the first one.
Was it?
That's a sticky situation. So I'm gonna have to say you're gonna have to rephrase the question to where I can answer yes or no, or you're gonna have to ask another question.
How can you not answer yes or no? I don't understand how you can make it simpler.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you what I'm telling you.
What if this is some kind of weird like tennis game?
So, okay.
Maybe it's like one-on-one basketball. You shoot things.
Is there only one protagonist in this game?
Oh my gosh, how do you not know? It's either one or more than one.
Is there more than one protagonist in this game? No.
Yeah. Okay. So my question was, is there only one protagonist? So it would be a yes.
Where do you want me to go with this, Matt? Should I go what kind of game is it? Is this game that you're thinking of?
I'm very foggy.
Is it like a third-person action game, or is it like a first-person game? Is it?
I think so. Shit.
Is this game played from a traditional third-person perspective?
No.
Might be side-scrolling.
Yeah.
15.
Yeah, I rented this. I remember seeing.
Oh, hold on.
What?
What about Tales from the Sun?
Okay. I don't know about Tales from the Sun.
I was literally just, dude, it fits all the criteria. There are multiple protagonists that you never know if they're male or female. You shoot things with a slingshot. It's a semi-open world game where you travel around the world collecting stuff and getting cool tattoos, and there's only one of those games.
Yeah, but you're forgetting the part where he said there's only one protagonist.
There is only one protagonist at a time. Then you die and you play as another protagonist. Is it my turn? It's my turn, right?
Yeah.
Does this game have a family tree that you can look at every time a protagonist dies?
No. So it's 14.
Never mind. That was a good guess.
I'm going to lean further into mine. Is the first half of the title of this game the German word for one? Ein.
Yes.
Okay. Corey, guess it.
What's the game called?
Einhander.
Is this Einhander?
Yes, it is.
Pulled that one out of my ass.
Yeah, you did, man. I was like, fuck you. That was nice. That was well done.
On allergy medication is useful.
Oh man.
Nice.
I wouldn't have guessed that in a million years. I don't even know what that is.
One of the best shooters that Square needs to bring back.
Oh. You know what? I'm pretty sure you fucking mentioned that on this show too at some point.
Probably.
Like way back. Not like today, but like way back. And
yeah. I was like, what game should I go with? And I was like, I haven't talked. I was going to go with a real abstract game, and I really need to stop feeling sorry for y'all and picking like some of these easier ones and just go with my abstract one. So that's next time. But
well, I'll tell you what, the game, if it was my game, you guys would have gotten it in like 5 questions, I think, because my game was super easy.
That makes me in the lead by 1, and then Matt's in second place now because you guys are tied.
We were. Well, now, yeah. What is the score?
I don't know. I'm literally just going off by what Matt said the last time we played 20 questions.
I will have an answer by next week's episode.
we need someone. We need an archivist.
Well, it's been a weird few weeks for all of us.
Yeah, it is. We do need to pick someone that keeps up with that. Maybe I'll keep up with that. Once we figure it out going forward, I'll keep a tally for us.
Okay. So, with the end of 20 questions, that brings us to the end of Nerds Gone Rogue, episode 96. Moose, where can we find you?
You can find me on PlayStation platform at Svhenn, Twitter and Instagram, same screen name. I'm there on Xbox as well, but don't really have one. Anyways, you can watch me, Jeff, and Jason talk about PlayStation platform on Nerds Gone Platinum under Nerds Gone Rogue umbrella. You can tweet us at ng_platinum or email us at nerdsgoneplatinum@gmail.com. And you can watch us. We record every Tuesday night, usually starting around 9, between 9 and 9:30. And we go for about an hour or so. And then the show goes up Thursday mornings at, is it 7 or 8? It's 8.
I think it's 8.
Yeah.
It's 7, but
7. See? I was right first. I should stop listening to you, Matt.
7 Central, motherfucker. I don't know. They didn't specify a time zone. I don't know what you want from me.
I love it. Anyways. Matt, where can we find you?
You can find me on any social media platform I choose to be on at infinite_rewind. I will verify that I'm on Twitter at that, I'm on Instagram at that, and I'm on PSN at that. Anywhere else, you are on your own. Yeah, that's all I got.
nice. Well, you can find me at CoreyHD on Twitter and Instagram. And you can find me on a plethora of other content here on youtube.com/NGRradio and NGRradio.com. Check out our plethora of content. Check out B-Sides every Thursday. Check out our Nerds Gone Rogue Plays stuff. It's a good time.
We played Helldivers recently.
Yeah, it was a good time. We're going to play Bloodborne soon, I hope. I think
Dark Souls will be coming up soon, too.
Yeah, that's true, too. That's true. So
I want to play more Helldivers.
We are gearing up for episode 100, so please email us your questions at ngrradiopodcast@gmail.com. Leave a comment on the videos. Leave messages in the Facebook groups. We will be asking for questions the next couple weeks to fill out our 100th episode extravaganza, I guess I would call it.
Yeah.
Or just, episode 100.
Yeah.
It's probably just...
Every day ends in Y, right?
Sure.
Right.
Yeah. Why? Anyways. Check out the upcoming weeks, the episode 100 hype trailers I've been working on. Pretty excited to share them.
Yeah, when are they going live? I'm curious.
Next week, well, when you hear this, this week will be Moose, next week will be me, the following week will be Matt, and then the week after that will be the full episode 100 hype trailer. So there'll be 4 trailers.
Oh, okay, cool.
All about 60 seconds long.
Giving me Gretzky's number, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'm not worth it, but I'll take it.
So it's gonna be a good time.
I'm excited.
I think these trailers are cool, personally.
Now, that's the week after E3, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Man, we're gonna be busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are. We're gonna be really busy.
Yeah. And then probably on the next B-side or so, I kind of want to talk to you guys. I'll probably just talk openly about some ideas I have for post E3, post 100 content.
Cool.
So yeah.
Yeah. I've got a few ideas too. Maybe we can brainstorm together like a team.
I like it.
Like a team.
Like yeah.
So that's what we are here. One big happy team. Yeah. There's 7 of us.
I hate you too.
We can field an arena football team.
I got a lot of problems with you people.
And you're going to hear about them.
Anyways.
Airing of the grievances.
Thank you guys
you
so much.
You can have your Arsenal X. You can have your Nerds Gone Platinum. You can have your Power Block. Nerds Gone Rogue is a podcast for the rest of us. That doesn't work. I tried.
Good job,
Corey. Corey, get us out of here.
You get a sticker. You get a
gold sticker.
You get it's just one of them sad stickers that says "nice try" on it. Oh my gosh! Before Matt breaks
I got a sticker that says "toppling Goliath." Suck it.
Okay. Fair.
Okay.
I don't. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, we love you.
Banana and out.
You're welcome. Drinking them IPAs.
What?
What?
I said drinking them IPAs.
You're what?
Drinking them
IPAs.
Oh, okay.
Drinking them IPAs.
Yeah.
Welcome. All them hops.
All them hops. Okay,
Call me
so
rabbit because I'm in all them hops.
So, do you want to do a B-side? And then my beer is like, I only have a third left. So I'll go grab another one in between the B-side and the
okay.
It's probably a good idea.
So I kind of want to talk sports stuff if nobody minds for the B-side.
Sure.
Sure.
What kinds of sports stuff?
Well, I want to talk about the Cavs and LeBron super showing up against the Celtics.
Yeah.
Vegas.
Over there.
Vegas is in the Stanley Cup final.
Yeah.
Because that's awesome. And then I'm actually gonna pull up the score of the NBA game, which it hasn't started. So I'm gonna be muting in and out today because I am sneezing and blowing my nose like crazy. So this is the only time you're getting it.
Sneezy for
Yeah.
Yeah.
Allergies suck.
Yeah.
All right. Corey, let's just go to the B-side. Let's do it. Dive right in. Hopefully I can have like a Michael Jordan flu game where I'm like drained right now, but once I get on, I'll be like, oh, nah. I'd rather just be average. Forget being awesome.
You're Michael Jordan, and your flu is the Utah Jazz, or your allergies. It's like swish.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
there's a 10-part. There's a 10-part documentary coming to Netflix
on
Jordan.
I didn't know. I did not.
That's cool.
Looks pretty interesting.
It's a documentary.
Huh.
See good old North Carolina in there.
I mean, that'd be cool. That would be really cool.
Yeah.
See, like, part of me start the B-side. Start the B-side. Yeah, before you get on.
B-sides. Woo!
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 Moose.
Woo!
Yeah.
So good. Okay, here we go.
You're too much fun on the show.
Nice.
Okay, so Moose has his beer.
Yeah.
I'm good. All right. Take a little.
There's so much to do still.
For what?
The website.
It looks nice.
It's almost done though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Almost.
Give me 1 second.
I don't know. Does it look all right? You think it looks all right?
All right.
You think it looks all right?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I don't know what my opinion's worth to you, but it looks nice to me. Okay. If we do 20 questions, whose game is it?
I think it's yours.
It's mine. Well, that was mine.
Well, maybe it's Moose's. It's not mine. I went last.
Because I thought I went after you.
Yeah, I think it's Moose, me, Corey. So, okay. So if we do 20 questions, Moose, it's yours. You want to just keep this train rolling?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. It would be. I mean, I love you guys, but it'd be nice to finish the show before midnight. You know.
Oh, just for that.
True.
Also, I would like to maybe play some games tonight.
Just for that, I will make my work rant 2.5 hours for you. No.
That's fine.
We'll just kick you from the show and we'll finish it ourselves.
I put my computer in this position specifically so I could see the TV at this angle.
So he'll just watch.
And I bought a big enough TV so I could see it from like my brother-in-law's house,
like
which
a block
is that
away.
way. So, yeah, LeBron made a free throw. Woo!
Isn't that his
been really
fucking
bad.
job?
He's really bad at free throws in the playoffs. I'm just throwing it out there. He's like less than 75%
Jeez.
in the postseason. So,
Greatest player of all time, really?
I mean, look at Shaq.
No one said Shaq is the greatest player of all time.
No, but he's one of the best centers of all time.
Oh, that's true. That's true. But centers traditionally suck at free throws.
His record was broken for worst free throw percentage by none other than Cleveland Cavalier and former Detroit Piston, Ben Wallace.
Yeah.
Ben Wallace was cool, man.
I like Ben Wallace. I really did.
I was like obsessed with Ben Wallace because he was playing at the time where like I was like, I can be.
I'm a two nerds gone.